Welcome to your new favorite actual play series, the One Page One Shot Club. Let's introduce our players first, and then we'll do characters in just a minute. I am GM Jim from Wizard Sling, and over here, gets me every time. Over here,
Mr. Bongo. I am Ryan Doyle, and I'm excited to be a goat. Maybe this goat. This goat.
I'm Brad Wolf from Dire Den.
And I'm Angela Fernot, and I've always been a goat.
Always. Save that for later. We're not to the reveals yet. All right. So I've got a little intro spiel here. Today we are playing Goat Crashers by Grant Howitt. First, the rules. To do anything, you roll 2d6 against a DC. You get plus 2d6 for using your skill and plus 2d6 for doing your favorite thing. Any 4 to 6 on each die is a success, and the GM opposes those rolls with a chaos roll that starts at 1, and that subtracts from your successes. And players can pool dice together to do combo moves, which would probably be necessary in a lot of cases. Each failure or bad move adds a chaos die, and then good or sneaky moves reduce the chaos dice pool by 1. And each goat can, quote, party hard once per session to steal all the chaos dice and add to the pool, which then resets the chaos dice to 0. That makes sense?
I think so.
Let's do
Excellent. Okay, here we go. Los Angeles. La La Land. Specifically, Hollywood. Tinseltown. The city where dreams are made. Even heartbreak feels good in a place like this. The land where hustling screenwriters / waiters slide spec scripts to producers under the stall doors and bathrooms, where getting tagged in a famous person's Instagram reel can make or break a career, and a place where an invitation to a mega party can open all sorts of doors to success. You three, however, are goats. There are few chances to hobnob with the elites of cinema royalty. There are no invitations to the black tie and fancy gown parties of the rich and famous. But you have heard of one shindig taking place in the Hollywood Hills tonight, at legendary producer Barry Juckheimer's house. It's the sort of party they'll be talking about for decades to come. And more than anything, you want to be there. You have to be there. It's the only thing that matters. The night is young, and the party is just getting going. So let's introduce our goats, tell us how you know each other, and then tell me where you find yourselves this evening.
I am Mr. Bongo. I am a fancy goat, which research has led me to believe means I have dope ears coming down, which makes me extra charming. And I aspire to use those skills to become rich and famous, whatever that means to a goat. Mostly famous and well-fed, because I'm mostly in it for the food. I understand food is like gold pieces in this game. I want food.
Sure.
And I am Ruddy. I am a big-horned goat who likes to stand on stuff. And I've got a script that I want to develop. And these folks are going to be my stars.
And I am Madame Angora. I am a Turkish goat, an Angora goat. I was named Angora because my breed is elite. I have starred in films already. I am actually quite the celebrity. People just don't know it. And I'm very fancy, and I just want to eat cake because I've earned that, and I deserve that. And if a goat is going to eat anything, should it not be cake?
Good to know what you want in life. So you all know each other from the biz, from the goat side of the biz.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone knows me.
I was on Letterman 20 years ago.
Nice. So where do you all find yourselves this evening?
Well, naturally, you're all looking for me, and you found me. Congratulations.
I heard there was cake. I heard you like cake and have cake, and
Yes,
you to
the
cake.
cake here was made by the cake boss, and it's supposed to be exquisite.
I hear they have great tablecloths.
and
Well,
several grains.
I imagine we're down the street, right? So like trying to figure
Okay.
out how we're going to get into this party here. Like, are we going to go in through the front door, like red carpet all the way? We got to sneak in the back. What are you guys thinking?
Well, I think that given that I definitely did a walk by and feel that grand entrance is always the best approach, we should walk right in the front door.
So as you are, the Barry Juckheimer's house is in the hills. It's pretty high up. There are lots of fancy houses everywhere. Very steep. One of the, I don't know anything about Hollywood, but in one of the Hollywood hills, there are streets going through this very fancy neighborhood, and you find yourselves near the bottom of this hill. You'll have to trek up a bit to get to the front of the house, where you can see limousines passing you on this street. And up just, say, maybe 3 or 4 houses past you, you see film trucks at a different house. You see there's a catering truck. There's a costume truck. There are trucks unloading film equipment that something is being filmed in this other house.
Did you say catering truck?
There is a catering truck.
I say we check that out.
I'm particularly good at standing on stuff. Is there a spot where I could get up on something and like eyeball these trucks to figure out how we could use them to our advantage?
Sure. The closest house to you, there is, say, a small stone fence that's about 2.5 feet tall. You want to hop up on the fence?
Yeah, I want to stand on the fence.
Ed, you look amazing doing it, getting up there, Ruddy. It's like you were born to be atop things.
Yeah, standing on stuff. That's my thing.
And what are you trying to do by standing on top of this? Are you trying to learn some information?
Yeah, I'm looking at the costume truck. I'm thinking, what's the easiest way to get in and out of that costume truck? Because we got to look good if we're walking up the red carpet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Let's have our first roll, I think. I am going to roll. So you're standing on top of something, so you get an extra 2d6 by doing your favorite thing. This doesn't count as fighting, so you don't get that 2d6 from your skill, but you can roll 4d6 to study the truck, and I'll roll 1 chaos die against that. So I have 1 success, so I would subtract 1 from your successes. Unless anybody else can pitch in to help Ruddy study the costume truck.
I think I got this.
I was going to say, I think you're doing a great job. You look fabulous.
Well, thanks. You like my big horns?
They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Almost as nice as my phone.
So that's 2, the handprints and 1, right? Okay. So
Right.
that is 2 successes, -1 for a total of 1 success. So I'll give you the basic information that the costume truck is a little bit past the house. It is a large van. There's a set of double doors in the back. You can't see a lock from here, but there is a door handle, and you don't have opposable thumbs.
Is it like a lever, though?
It's like a lever, sure.
Oh, we can do that. That's fine. I think we can manage that. Do you see any people?
There are people in the front yard, but they're a good 20 to 30 feet away. There are some crew people unpacking boom mics, cameras. They're assembling stuff out in the front yard, up on some makeshift tables, wood planks set up on sawhorses.
Okay. I think we could sneak right over there.
I think so too. And Mr. Bongo, you're really great at getting the food, right? So you want to create a distraction in the catering truck?
The part I
Wow,
was
Angie.
born to play.
Yeah.
I go to craft services.
Yeah.
And I peruse before I start just like munching. But what's the spread like here?
Yeah, there's another of those makeshift tables outside next to the catering truck, because the catering, it's not like a food truck, it's just another truck similar to the costume truck. The back's open, and there have been some spreads. There's a charcuterie board, there's a fruit salad, there are little finger foods all over this craft services table next to the catering truck.
So I am fancy, but I'm also a goat. So I go, ooh, charcuterie, and start eating from the charcuterie board.
All right, I think we need another roll here. I think everybody can roll because Madame Angora and Ruddy are trying to be stealthy while Mr. Bongo creates a distraction, right?
Yeah,
Right.
I am like, you got to try this charcuterie.
I am going to request that you bring me a sliver of the board because I'm sure that it's an aged wood and that would probably taste delicious.
I'll do my best to save you some. Once
Just
I
the
get
wood.
going. Once I get going. That's cool. So I'm rolling 4.
Yeah, I have one success on the chaos side.
Let's see what we can do about that. Ooh.
That is just one success. But we're going to call this a group effort. So you find your effort to distract, people are just, they're busy doing what they're doing. So they're not even really paying attention to the goat eating on the charcuterie board.
All right, and then we're rolling for stealth.
You're rolling for stealth, yeah.
We'd roll 2 for that. Right.
Yeah, I think, that's just 2d6 from each of you. There's one success from Madame Angola and only one success. So as you approach, I'm going to up the chaos pool to 2 here. I'm going to consider all this a failure. As you approach the costume truck, there is a couple of the crew members who turn around and they're like, "Hey, goat, get away from that. That's human food. Get away from there."
I immediately start posing and doing like fancy tricks because I am a trained show goat. I'm famous, and they're going to be absolutely awed by me.
Excellent. Let's get a roll there. So that's going to be, I'm going to roll chaos against that to see if you can wow them. And I've rolled 2 more because I failed at both of mine. You get 2d6 because I think you're probably being pretty charming here. One success is good enough that these 2 guys look at you and they're like, "She's pretty impressive. All right, we gotta get inside though. Hey, Tommy, get back to what you're doing." So they just basically ignore you after that and turn back around and go back to unloading their equipment, assembling their cameras, and starting to carry them inside this other house.
See, I told you, exquisite. I'm a performer.
I walk over with the serving board in my mouth and pass it over to you.
I insist that you put it on the ground in front of me first, though, because I refuse to make contact directly with you. Not out of disrespect, just I don't want anything to taint the flavor. It has to be just right.
I understand. It's probably covered in saliva, but it's all yours.
Absolutely. That softens the wood for me, though. It'll make it better.
So at this point, can Ruddy duck into the costume trailer?
Well, we have to open it, but you said you have long
Well, that's right. We have to
horns.
open it.
So here's
True.
my thinking. You have horns, and you like to stand on things. How tall is this? Can he reach it if he goes on his hind legs?
There are objects nearby that Ruddy could stand upon.
Okay, I'm thinking you could hook one of your horns into this lever and then pull it down.
I'll give him a boost.
Makes
I'll
sense.
I'll stand like I'll plant right underneath it. Give him a springboard.
Perfect.
I like it. Let's get a group roll. I'm gonna roll my chaos against that. Oops. Yeah, chaos is reduced by 1, so that's 1 in the chaos pool. But everybody can roll here, I think, right?
All right.
So we're all
2
rolling
for
for 2.
table. Nope. Nope. Yeah, there's 1.
Got
one success. Did I get? What did I roll?
Oh, you got one as well. So that's a 0.
So the first time you attempt it, Ruddy, you slip and bang your horn. Bam! And it makes quite a bit of noise. I'm gonna roll my chaos die one more time to see if they come out. It's a 3. No, even though it was quite loud, nobody seems to pay attention. So I will roll on the chaos die again. That's a success, but everybody can make your second attempt to get into the costume truck.
How far is the costume truck from the food?
It's pretty close. I said the costume truck was just a little bit past the house, so it's maybe at the edge of the yard, like 20 feet.
I'm gonna like sniff. I feel like I need cake for encouragement for this. Is there any cake nearby?
I don't know. Why don't you roll 2d6? We'll see if you can locate cake.
Feeling pretty magnificent right now.
Sure. There was some cake on the craft services board before Mr. Bongo tore it apart. So yeah, there's a spread of cake smeared into the grass in the front yard of this house.
Excellent. It's not party cake, but it'll do. So I'm going to eat some of that and just bolster myself and, feel really excited about life and get a little bit of a sugar high so that I'm just like extra ready for anything we have to do.
Excellent. So yeah, you get your cake boost. And everybody roll again to get into and that is 1 success, 2 successes. Ooh. And 3 successes. That's good enough. You're able to get up there. Everybody working as a team. Madam Angora feeling all a sugar rush, shoving Ruddy up into there. Conk. The horn goes in. You slam it down, and then the costume truck opens up.
Yeah.
I'm immediately inside.
Inside this large truck, there's a row down the middle, and then there are stacks of costumes on hangers on either side. Basically anything you could imagine. What do you all want to disguise yourselves as? You have got the full Hollywood costume cornucopia at your disposal.
Oh, let me think about this.
I take a pair of pants and try to figure out, like, do they go on my back legs or do they go on my front legs? And then I just throw them and put on like a jacket which is definitely over my front legs.
I want a cape, like full on Count Dracula cape with a fedora.
Love
cape
that.
and a fedora. Yeah, absolutely. You can find those.
I want like almost a Victorian style gown that has like way too much tulle and it's very, very floofy, and a little bonnet because I have like already very curly hair. So I already feel like a Victorian princess anyway. I want to present as such.
Floofy. I'm just making a note here that it is floofy. Absolutely. There are floofy costumes here. So we've got Mr. Bongo in a jacket. What kind of jacket?
It's like a duster. It's like a long leather affair. Yeah.
Ooh, and I think mine has like a little shoulder cape that has additional fur so that my fur kind of blends into it. It's made of Angora goat fur, and I'm like not bothered by it. They shear the goats, they don't kill them. Okay.
So Angora is in the Victorian gown. Mr. Bongo is going as Lorenzo Lamas. You're not a llama. You're a goat, but it's pretty close.
It's my disguise. I'm going as a llama.
And so now you have your costumes.
Yep.
Excellent.
I tip my fedora.
I 100% curtsy.
All right, I think we're ready for the red carpet.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So you make your way trudging up this steep street going into the Hollywood Hills, passing houses of dignitaries, sports stars, Hollywood royalty. But then it's probably 10 houses away where you start to see the cars parked on either side of the street, indicating the large party. and you can hear it from, half a block away. There's this enormous mansion, 3 stories tall, angular, very postmodern, brick and stone and concrete, huge glass sculptures you can see from even far away, and a large circular drive out front. And as you start to get closer, you hear something in the woods nearby snapping.
That'll be the paparazzi. I'm sure of it.
As you take a look, you do see a glint off the lens cap of a camera.
I immediately start striking poses again. I'm here for it. Yes, darling. Capture me.
Excellent. So you see there's some chatter.
Ruddy again. Ruddy
little
again
hat
tips
tip.
his fedora. Yep. And kind of side eyes the camera.
Mr. Bongo, you have to work this. Work it. Work it. Change your angle slightly. You'll look beautiful that way.
I take my ears and I tie them back like a ponytail. I'm somebody now.
When we get really excited, I'm like, yes, we are fabulous. Yeah.
Let's get a group roll to see the paparazzis are chatting. Let's see. I'm gonna roll 1 in the chaos, which doesn't give me anything, but the paparazzis are chatting. Let's see if you can hear what they're talking about. That is 1 success, so I'll give you 1 little nugget. You hear the paparazzis talking about how one of them says, she says, I heard that saw an animal control truck driving through here earlier, that there have been reports of coyotes out in the hills this evening, so keep a lookout. The other guy says, I don't want to mess with any coyotes out here. Let's not stay out here in the woods any longer than we have to.
Gentlemen, I think we should probably move a little bit more swiftly. I'm sure that you'd be excellent protectors, and you would definitely prioritize my safety, but perhaps we should move along.
Is there is there a valet situation going on?
What was that?
Is there a valet situation going on? You said there were limos pulling up before.
Yeah, as you get closer to the front of the mansion, you see there's a large circular drive, a very tall stone fence, at least going around the front of the property, but there's a small opening leading out from that circular drive, and there is a very prim and proper looking man with a mustache that's waxed up, that sticks up on both ends, who is receiving guests, and there are a couple people in vests who are taking the cars and driving them out to spots along the street to park them. And as you get close to the entrance, you see 5 limos back to back, all rolling up and occupying that circle drive. And the man with the curled mustache gets very excited, stands up incredibly straight, and he walks over and he opens the door, and he says something to the first man that steps out, a guy who steps out. He's short, squat, bald. He's got a toothpick sticking out of his mouth. And another guy gets out of the back of the limo, stands very close to him with his hand inside of his jacket next to the short, squat man. And they're guiding them inside the house. And then the next limo, all 5 of these limos open up with a very similar situation. 3 men, 2 women, each of them with what appears to be some kind of bodyguard. And the man at the front of the gate is incredibly excited and nervous and tense to usher them inside.
Looking at them, can we identify anybody?
You are a fancy goat and you know lots of things. Let's make this a roll to see. Everybody can roll here. I'll roll my 1 chaos die. I think this is going to be a little tricky, so we're looking for a 3 or higher. And I think I had 1 success there and you guys had 4, so I think you did it. You Madam Angora, in your experience working in the film industry, you know that movies require a lot of money to be made, and sometimes that money has to come from less than reputable sources. And so you are absolutely familiar with the 5 families of Los Angeles. And so you know that the 5 people getting out of those cars were Vinny DeSpoon, Tommy DeFork, Carlotta DeKnife, Evelyn DeChopstick, and the head of the 5 families, Bob Jones.
Okay, so I turn and I go, it's DeFork, DeSpoon, DeKnife, DeChopsticks, and Mr. Jones. They're very important, but very, they're a little bit shifty. I think we might want to, avoid them, quite frankly, if we want to avoid any trouble. But if you do need money, they could be a good resource for you. I, of course, do not, but should you need it, just so you know.
Well, I think they're perfect for my film. Like, they would totally identify with the pitch I have.
Sure, darling. Yes, absolutely. I imagine they would. What is your pitch? You know what? You can tell me inside. I'll listen later. Let's get inside first. But there's cake to be eaten.
Yeah, sounds good.
Save the pitch for the elevator. Let's get in there. I put my hoof into my jacket pocket and starts to emulate one of the tough guy bodyguards.
So you're providing security for these other 2?
Yes.
Lorenzo Lama?
With my ponytail ears.
Can we walk on our hind legs? Is this a thing you think we could do? Just like walk in like we belong there? I think we should try it.
You can try.
Yeah.
Yeah. Confidence is everything.
Yeah, that was your plan, and I'm for it.
Yeah, let's do it. I want to walk right in the front door, red carpet style. Yep.
Like we own the place.
So as you approach the front on foot, just a little unusual because everyone else is rolling up in, Teslas, Priuses, limousines, very, very fancy cars. As you approach the front, this mustachioed man looks at the 3 of you and he says, "Hello, can I help you? Are you invited guests to the party?"
Great question. Can we actually speak to them, or is this like we're goats? They don't understand us.
I think you can all facsimilate human speech. That you're gonna have to be a die roll to convince this guy you belong here.
Okay. I say I'm on the list. I have things to do and places to be, and I just keep walking.
All right. I'm gonna roll my chaos die. That's a 2, but this is going to be kind of difficult. According to the difficulties list, one is this dude definitely suspects you're a goat. Time to do something as a 4.
I'm going to lean in as as she walks in like she owns the place. I'm going to lean into the guy and be like, "It's the sporks."
Is there anything nearby I can stand on?
You're supposed to be escorting me in, Ruddy.
There's a Ruddy. There is a Ferrari nearby that they haven't driven away yet.
All right. So just with one hoof, Ruddy like kind of leans on the Ferrari. So he's standing on his hind legs and just kind of coolly leaning on the Ferrari, kind of looking underneath the brim of his fedora, like, yeah, we belong here.
This might be my favorite superpower ever, standing on top of stuff. All right, so you guys roll your dice. We need 4 successes here.
What the heck?
Ooh.
Am I crazy, or is mine literally on a corner?
They get jammed up sometimes.
Should I try that again?
It says 3
no.
sixes.
You got 3
there we
sixes.
go.
Don't touch it.
Never mind. Just kidding. Everything's fine.
So the man says, "The sporks. I was not aware you would be attending this evening. I had only heard it was the 5 primary families. So we will keep this on the low, if that is all right. My name is Jean-Pierre. If there's anything I can get for you, please let me know. But the meeting is happening inside on the 3rd floor. I believe they have just gone in, and it should be getting going any time. But please, make yourselves at home inside. The party is mostly in the back. That is where DJ Khaled is spinning the records. Mr. Jokama himself will be around somewhere. I'm sure he would like to say hello at any point. And there are several tables of his food. There will be cake served later this evening. And please make yourselves at home. Anywhere. Anything I can do, let me know. Jean-Pierre.
Yes, Jean-Pierre, how much later for the cake, darling?
I believe right now it is about 9 p.m., so we're looking probably around midnight. I need to make sure everyone's good and drunk first.
If you could expedite that timeline just a little bit, please, by all means.
Mon Dieu, I don't know if this is something that I can arrange, but I will certainly look into it for you.
Excellent. The Sporks appreciate your cooperation.
Absolutely. Have yourselves a wonderful time.
Oh, we shall.
I reach into my pocket and like I'm tipping him into his breast pocket. I put a little bit of like salami and cheese from the charcuterie board. Tap.
Thank
you, Jean-Pierre.
Yeah, but thank you, Monsieur. It's very kind. And he holds it up by he just drops it in his coat pocket.
Incredible.
So you have solved the entry puzzle. You have gained access to the mansion.
I never doubted us.
The direct path. So should we go to the kitchen, or should we go to the backyard, or should we crash this meeting, which might be catered?
I'm not feeling dancing. I'm not here for that. So whatever we can do to avoid the music. Going to the kitchen, I think, would be a little bit of a giveaway. So let's meander through where the food is currently being served just to get a little something. I'm feeling peckish.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can maybe go crash that meeting. Figure out if we can get ready his funding.
Nice. We'll carbo load, and then we'll tackle the meeting.
Yes, that's how you do.
Okay, so you cross the front lawn. The front doors of the house are wide open, accepting guests. You cross the front lawn and enter the house. It is a grand, humongous house, huge vaulted ceilings. There are ice sculptures everywhere. And you hear some giggling, and over to your left immediately, you all obviously recognize two of the biggest celebrities in the world right now. Shimothy Talamay and Swidney Sini are obviously drunk, stumbling around, and Shimothy has a handful of quarters, and he and Swidney are taking quarters and chucking them at the ice sculpture, trying to chip off pieces while they're just giggling. And a rather prim woman with her hair in a bun approaches and says, "This is not appropriate. You must stop throwing quarters at the ice sculpture immediately. I demand you do. Just because you're famous does not give you the right to do whatever you want." And they just kind of brush her off and keep throwing quarters at the ice sculpture, chipping off little pieces that start to make the floor wet around the area of the ice sculpture.
Oh, I'm very tempted to headbutt them. How many other people are in viewing area of this as they're getting into shenanigans?
Tons. There are people everywhere. It is a huge Hollywood party.
Yeah.
Leading out. This is sort of the main entryway room where a bunch of people are standing around. You can smell your goats. You can obviously smell food from the kitchen off in one direction, and then off in the other direction is a larger living room area which leads out. There are open doors leading out to the background where you can hear, "And another one." It's obviously DJ Khaled is back there in the backyard where you can see 100, 200 people out there in the backyard while Khaled is out there spinning records. There's a light show. Those are most of the people are out in the backyard. Grand staircase in front of you.
Oh, okay. I would like to continue toward the food, but kind of, you guys see me like kind of like looking at them like, just want to like, just a little bit. Head starts twitching a little bit.
Are you gonna headbutt Shimothy or Swidney?
I don't know, Ruddy or Mr. Bongo, are you gonna stop me?
Never.
So I want to try and do it like casually, like as I'm walking by, I slip on the water and headbutt them.
Very nice. Okay, I think this needs to be. Which are you trying to get both Shimothy Talame and Swidney Sini, or are you targeting one of them in particular?
I'd love to get Shimothy to headbutt her, kind of like a domino effect.
Okay, I think we need a roll for this. We're gonna call this an attack roll. I'll roll my 1 chaos die. Come on, that is a 6. So, if I think this isn't charming or eating stuff, but if you can get some help from your other goats, you can do a combo here.
If one of you would like to assist, maybe with a little distraction or like an oh no.
What is he wearing? A suit, perhaps a tie?
Shimothy?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, he's dressed up pretty nice in sort of a shabby chic suit. It's like, kind of baggy and too big for him. Swidney looks pretty classy though. She's got the girls out, obviously.
So he's got like one of those like knit ties that are like flat.
Yes.
Or yes, perfect.
Sure.
I'm gonna walk up and go like, "Ooh, what is this, cotton?" And I pretend I'm feeling it in my fingers, but I have hooves, and then I'm gonna take a bite out of it to distract him.
All right.
That's eating stuff, baby.
And then Ruddy, there's a grand staircase, so I'm gonna go stand on the grand staircase, and from the staircase, I'm gonna go, Sydney, long time no see, and just kind of shout,
all right.
Shout across the room to get her attention, to kind of get her looking away from Madame Angora.
All right, so everybody roll. I think we need 3 successes to pull this off successfully.
And I get the extra 2 dice because of standing on the staircase.
Yeah.
It's a little metagamey, but I think standing on stuff is OP.
I mean, he said there was a grand staircase.
All right, so I think that's 1, 2. Well, Mr. Bongo got 4 successes right there. So, Mr. Bongo, as you start chomping on the tie, he's like, "Whoa, dude, what are you doing? This is not an eating tie. This is like a wearing tie." And he starts to actually backpedal and slip, and then Madame Angora, you come running across, crash into him. He backs into Swidney. They both go directly into the ice sculpture. Boom! Spray of ice everywhere. The woman from before with a messy bun on top of her head comes up. "This is absolutely unacceptable. You have no idea how much those ice sculptures cost. You hooligans are causing problems. I am going to alert Mr. Druckheimer just as soon as I can find him." And then she turns around. Still
As
like
she
lecturing
turns,
the air. Yes.
I'm gonna like scurry away and just be like, serves them right.
And Shimothy and Swidney are sort of trying to regather themselves, brushing off hunks of exploded ice sculpture all over them as they stand up.
Is there a
Just
quarter
satisfied.
around I can pick up?
Sure, yeah, there are plenty of quarters. They've been chucking quarters for a while. There's about, $5 on the floor.
Cool. I take some quarters and put them in the
Take
back
some quarters.
pocket of my
Okay.
duster.
Okay.
Are there any plants
Where-
nearby as we walk toward the food?
Sure. There are a lot of very Art Nouveau planters on the walls, like glass planters with visible roots. There's like one wall that there are several. There's maybe a dozen of these at various heights along the wall.
I'm going to lean into one as if I'm going to smell like flowers or investigate and just take a little leaf and nibble on it just in case I need a little something.
Okay. Excellent. Also, as you are traversing by, I will say, Ruddy, you catch when you were standing up on the staircase, you got a little bit of a bird's eye view, and you're able to see from being a little bit higher. You saw a closet where the door was cracked just a little bit, and you saw boxes and boxes of fireworks in there.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but I'm going to go fill my cape pockets with some fireworks.
You know, steal some fireworks? Okay. I think that probably needs to be a roll, because I imagine there'll be people keeping an eye on fireworks thieves.
Ain't no party like a firework party.
I'm going to roll my 1 chaos die. That's a 6. I can't add to my chaos dice because you guys keep succeeding on everything.
Do you want an assist on that, Reddy?
Yeah, if I can get a little bit of help.
All right. So as you're going toward that closet, who's around the closet? I'm nibbling on those leaves that I sampled. I'm like still chewing, and I'd love to just kind of use that right now while I can to give me a little edge and distracting.
Sure. So pretty close to there are people everywhere, mixed 2s and 3s, mingling, talking Hollywood, everyone trying to further their own careers. But you do see pretty close to the closet is Pris Krine and Pris Krat. 2 of the Prisses are here. They're comparing bicep sizes to each other, standing close to the closet.
Cool. Okay. So as they're doing that, I'm going to kind of wander up to them and do like a little twirl, get them a little bit distracted and then, oh my, and kind of look over my shoulder and bat my eyes at them. Your biceps are so impressive, gentlemen.
Oh, thank you, young lady. Yeah, we work out a lot. Out a lot.
I can tell. And then I kind of twirl in a direction away from the closet.
Okay. Let's get those dice rolls. See how well we do. Got 1 on the chaos. Double 6.
I need hold on, let me clear that.
He didn't even need to be standing on stuff.
Okay.
So 4, 5 is 2 successes. So we've got 4 successes against 1 chaos for 3 successes. I'd say that you successfully, Angora, lead the Prisses away from the closet just long enough for Ruddy to get in there and grab a few fireworks. You grab a couple Roman candles, one thing that looks like some sort of rocket on a stick, a couple of small spherical things. You know, you're a goat. You're not that familiar with fireworks, but there are things that definitely look like they could explode and or shoot out.
As soon as I see he's got the fireworks, I'm like, oh, look, there's Pris Chemsworth. And I kind of like wander away. His biceps are so much bigger than yours.
What? Chemsworth is here?
Oh, yes, I saw him that way. And I go,
I thought he was in Australia. He's supposed to be making a movie. What? Chemsworth, get over here. And they go off to start looking through the crowd. Okay, where to next?
I'm still food buffet motivated. I mean, if this is a catered party, did we go up the stairs at that point, or was the closet on the main floor?
Closet's on the main floor. Ruddy just got a bird's eye view of it up the stairs. But most of the food is in this the hall leading outside. There are long tables of food outside.
All right, I'll let you guys lead the way.
I'm going to figure out which line people are entering, and I'm going to, as patiently as I can, get on that line.
Okay.
And I'm going to eat my fill and then some. And
Okay.
stuff my pockets full.
Sure, as you get outside, Khaled is dropping the beats out there. There are hundreds of people. You would all even see a couple, more celebrities like Jarlath Johansson is out there. Jolyn Coast, her husband Jolyn Coast is out there as well. And also, Ruddy, someone as a producer, someone you're very familiar with. Maybe you never actually met him, but you're familiar with his movies. You see Steven Spielberg is outside. He's sort of standing by himself at the far edge of one of those catering tables, just sort of standing there chewing on a fingernail, staring off into the distance.
All right, so Ruddy's going to approach Spielberg and I'm gonna kind of saunter over and say, I really enjoyed your last film. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, thank you very much. Yeah, that one was, it was a labor of love getting that one made.
So I was wondering, were you kind of going for like a metaphor or more of an allegory?
Oh, excellent question. I believe it was much more of a representative tale than it was allegory or metaphor.
Yeah, that is brilliant stuff, man.
Thank you.
I
You
only hope to be as good as you someday.
Oh, are you in the biz?
I am, and I've got a great script. I've been, and I've got 2 fantastic actors lined up. Yeah, yeah.
Because well, you know, the fedora is great. Cape is a bit of an odd choice, but you know, artists do you know, but why don't we need some kind of check here. I don't know what the equivalent of a persuasion check is going to be, but we need to roll some dice here. I'm going to roll my chaos die, and that is a 6.
Ooh.
All right.
Get him.
Double 2 successes against the 1 chaos die. He's not walking away yet. So he says, "Oh, you got a screenplay, huh? That's interesting. I don't hear that a whole lot in LA."
I go, yeah, I had this guy lined up to direct. His name's Francis, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if you know anybody better than Francis.
Well, I was actually just talking the other day with Francis Ford Coppola, who is looking for a new project. Honestly, I'm tired of directing. I'm really looking to diversify. You know, Hollywood it's all Marvel garbage now, special effects. People don't want to tell interesting stories anymore. And I've been thinking about getting out of it completely. What's so special about your script?
Oh, well, it's about family, like the families, right? So like the greatest family. So like imagine like the mob family, but they're the greatest, right? The greatest of all time. It's called the Goat Father.
Interesting. And so this would be some kind of animated project?
I hadn't thought about animation.
I'm over in the food line, like cheering you on as I see you talking to him.
Oh my God, is that Ruddy?
It's totally not.
The Goat Father. So what's the what's the through line? What's the main conflict? Where does it go? Hook me.
So the idea, right, is they're the greatest. When you're great, everybody's gunning for you. Like everybody wants to be as good as you, right? Yeah. So then there's always this kind of standard you got to live up to your own greatness. Like you got to be able to relate to that.
Okay. Interesting. So who do you you said you have a couple of actors already under contract or interested? Who do you have?
Well, I instantly waved to Madame Angora, you know, my leading lady, to come over and introduce her.
How close am I to the food table right now?
Pretty close. You're all kind of within shouting distance of each other outside.
Okay, I am 100% gonna swipe a few things, stuff something into the skirts of my dress to save for later, and then saunter over like nothing just happened. And I'm still chewing when I get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is your leading lady. Pleased to meet you. I'm Steven Spielberg.
Oh, I've
Madam
heard wonderful
Angora.
things. Yes. Ruddy is just, I mean, have you heard his pitch? It's just incredible, really. There's nothing like it. It might be the greatest of all time.
It is fresh, I will say. It is fresh. I'm not sure if I'm completely on board yet, but it is sounds different than the usual Marvel garbage that they keep pumping out these days, which I'm honestly tired of.
Yes. Listen, you and me both. We need authenticity, do we not? I mean, bring back, Brim Henson. He was great.
Henson, yeah, one of the best.
Mm-hmm. And I think personally that we should really show more appreciation for our animal actors. Wouldn't you agree? I think that there's something to be said about paying respects to those four-legged friends of ours. They really bring so much enrichment to our lives and existence, and I think they deserve more screen time.
Now that is a very interesting argument. And now as you guys are talking, you start to see some paparazzi sneaking through the crowd, taking pictures of the three of you standing there. Mr. Bongo, what are you doing?
I walk up with like as much food as I can carry. Have you guys tried these hors d'oeuvres? They're great. Oh, Mr. Spielberg.
Oh, and who is this?
Mr. Bongo, pleased to meet you.
Yeah, Bongo.
Is this
He's
your
my
other...
bodyguard, actually. He's he assists with a great many things and is quite talented, but he makes sure that I am protected and cared for as I travel in very important circles. But enough about me. Mr. Bongo, can I get a sample of some of those hors d'oeuvres that you are carrying?
Absolutely. And I turn to him and say, a method.
So you are or aren't an actor, Mr. Bongo? I'm a little confused.
I like to immerse myself in my roles. Very, realistic. One could say animalistic.
Oh, because I do say, Bongo, you have that certain je ne sais quoi, as they call it. I don't know what that means, but people say it, and it's certain gravitas.
I get that a lot. There's a lot of words I don't understand.
How tall are you, Mr. Bongo?
Ooh, good question. How tall is a goat standing on its hind leg? No idea. I'm gonna say 5'10". Perfectly average.
5'10". Well, maybe we could get you up on an apple box and see how that looks. Very interesting.
Standing on stuff is not exactly my forte, but I could learn from a master.
Oh,
Yeah, I
who would
can
that
teach
be?
you how to stand on.
Are you good at standing on stuff?
Oh, all the time.
Very interesting.
As you guys are talking, I'm just slowly nibbling on all of the food, like not even using my hands. I'm literally just mouth on plate.
Well, I'm holding all of the food. It just
because this party, this Hollywood royalty here, of which I am obviously a member, but there's something else going on at this party. I don't quite know what it is, but there was a crew of very unsavory looking types who rolled up, and they're currently up on the 3rd floor. I'm honestly not sure how much longer I'm going to stay here this evening, but if you have a card, I would love to take it and possibly read your screenplay sometime. It just might be the new, fresh, standing on top of things based sort of story that I've been looking for.
It'll be a story above all others, I assure you, I say through cheese and crackers.
So I, of course, pull out my goat producer card, which I probably drew with a crayon, but
Interesting. So instead of phone number, it just says the woods behind the YMCA. Is that a good place to reach you?
Yeah, it's a great spot. It's super cozy. Yeah. Come by
Okay.
anytime.
Rudimentary. That's the joke on Ruddy's little production company. You see, he's very authentic about getting back to grassroots movements, if you will.
Clever wordplay. I do appreciate that. That's the sign of a good writer. Puns and wordplay.
No cheap tricks here, darling.
Absolutely. Well, I am going to get over. I want to go chat up DJ Khaled between his sets because I have another project I'm thinking of pitching to him. But it's been very lovely to meet the three of you. I wish you all the best. If I have time, I'll get down to the woods behind the Y soon, and we can talk about your future projects. I'm very interested.
And as he goes to walk away, I put my hoof on his shoulder and I say, please do be prompt. We have Kames Jamrin looking into this as well, and we wouldn't want you to lose this opportunity.
Jamrin's interested. Now that is something. You see him fondling his beard as he walks away, deep in thought now as he approaches DJ Khaled.
Yes, darling, but you're of course Ruddy's first choice, so please, make sure that you follow through. We wouldn't want to disappoint you, but we certainly wouldn't want to say no to Jamrin.
Understood. You're getting me with the hard sell. I just might be at that Y sooner than you think.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be looking forward to it. And then I turn and nibble.
And Mr. Steelberg exits stage left.
As he exits, Ruddy just kind of with an echoing voice, stage whisper, the Goat Father.
It's carried on the wind. Goat Father.
Thank God we could talk. This would be impossible if we couldn't.
I think, Ruddy, I think that counts as completing your goal. Securing an investment in your new business.
Because I just gotta say, this is a great party.
I was gonna say you did eat. Was that your goal, Mr. Bongo, to just eat a lot of food?
No, that's my calling in life.
Oh,
I'm gonna make a toast. In fact, if DJ Khaled is between sets, I imagine the stage is unoccupied.
Sure. Yeah, the stage is currently unoccupied. There is a roadie up there who is just wiping sweat off the turntables. You know, Khaled, he gonna be a sweaty man, I'd imagine.
I'm sure he's got a towel. Yeah, if the coast is clear, I think I might walk up there and take the microphone.
Oh yeah, I think we should probably make this a roll. Because I don't know if Lorenzo Lama is just automatically allowed up on stage, but I'm gonna roll my one chaos die. So that's just a 3.
Cool.
But the difficulty here, I think, would be a 3. So if there's any way you can get bonus dice or get combo help from your friends here, or if you're just being charming.
I'm going to be charming and use food, and because I am still holding what's left of these hors d'oeuvres. I'm going to offer them to the security guys manning anyone between me and the stairs up to the stage.
Oh, is that a charcuterie board?
Try the canopies.
Canopies. I don't know what that is, but all right. Let's see the dice. I think you're getting 66 here. You charmed them with food.
Oh, all right.
Yo.
Okay.
That is
what is that? 3?
1, 2, 3, 5, a 6, and a 4. That is 3 successes. I think I got none. So yeah, you were able to successfully bribe the security guards with some canopies. They move off to the side of the stage and sit down on the end to have a bite. There's a guy up there, toweling off all the DJ equipment. But the microphone stand is just sitting there. What do you do?
Oh, real quick, while he's headed up there to the microphone, are there candles anywhere?
Sure. There are some candles because it's outside and it's nighttime. I imagine there would be candles on the tables with the food.
So Ruddy's gonna grab a candle and his fireworks and get behind the stage, prepared to launch one as soon as Bongo makes his toast.
Okay.
I'm gonna be a lookout for Ruddy, but I'm still gonna try and be there to applaud Mr. Bongo and his toast.
All right. Let's say why don't Madam Angora and Ruddy, we make a roll here for your stealthiness. To try to get in position to do this. Madam Angora, you could say you're helping. You've got a 5 on the chaos die.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Oop. Oop. So that is one success versus my 1. We're going to call that a failure so I can finally add to my chaos pool here.
Chaos.
But as you start to go around, the Madame Angora is trying to get everyone's attention. But Ruddy, as you start to walk around, those 2 security guys who are eating the canopies see you and they're like, "Hey, you can't. No, the back of the stage, Khaled only. Sorry, pal."
All right.
Go ahead.
I'm going to. I want to like throw my fedora up in the air, and if I can, party hard.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna yell out, "Who's ready to party?" as loud as I can, and then look over at the DJ and I'm just like, "Let's hear it, DJ."
Oh, but Mr. Bongo.
Am I the DJ?
Sure. Okay, you can party hard. Take those 2 extra D6. Reduce my chaos pool to 0. And yeah, we can go ahead and re-roll that. Madam Angora, I assume you're still trying to provide a distraction.
Yes. And I'm gonna pull out one of my little snacks too, and like really chew on it, and get the taste in my mouth, get really excited, and add to the energy, and be like, "Oh yes, this is what a party!" Do I add the 2 extra to that?
For do you think you're being charming, or you were eating stuff?
I was eating stuff.
Sure, you can add 2 more there.
Okay. Oh God. Well,
that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes, and I have no chaos to roll against that. So yeah, that works. Toss the fedora way up in the air. Who's ready to fucking party? And all eyes point toward the stage. Mr. Bongo, you're on.
I grab the microphone and it goes, more feedback. And I go, Barry, where's Barry? Mr. Chuckheimer, I just got to say, this is a phenomenal party. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having us. I'm Mr. Bongo, presented by the one, the only, Ruddy, guarding tonight, Madam Angora the Fabulous. If you don't know her, you will know her. I've lost my train of thought. Great party. Thank you so much. A toast. Where's my drink?
As you pause there to look around for your drink, you see the crowd sort of parts like the Red Sea, and a man wearing a smoking jacket with a with a very frilly cravat around his neck comes forward. And this is Barry Juckheimer. His eyes are bloodshot. He looks intensely upset, but he's also intrigued as he looks up toward the stage. Who are you?
It's okay, guys. I have a backup goat. My name is Mr. Bongo, and it like totally peeks out the speakers.
Cue the fireworks.
At which point I light the fireworks.
Mr. Bongo.
Rockets. One of those spheres with a smoke bomb, so smoke starts pouring out from behind the stage.
I just start pushing buttons on the turntable behind me, hoping music happens.
And another one.
There's got to be at least one.
Yes.
Definitely air horn sound as Juckheimer approaches the stage. What's happening here? Who are you?
It's all for you, Barry. This is a toast in your honor. Then I lean in, like, off the mic. The families cannot thank you enough.
You're one of them. Oh my, this is really quite unexpected. Do you mind if I have a private conversation with you away from the microphone?
And I go absolutely into the microphone entirely too loud. And I walk off stage feeling awesome.
And then as you start to walk off stage, there's about a dozen people in the crowd going, "Where's Khaled? What is this? Where's DJ Khaled?" And Juckheimer leads you around to the side of the stage where you're now in sight of Ruddy behind the stage and Madame Angora off to the side. And he says, "You were one of the five families? Are you with the spoon, the knife, the chopstick? I'm so confused. I didn't know. I know I'm late with my latest payment, but I'm working on it. My last movie was really bad. It was like 4% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it just didn't make any money. I understand. I know I owe a lot, but I'm doing everything I can here."
We understand. It was terrible. We all saw it. Well, I didn't see it, but it was terrible.
Yeah, I know. It was bad.
So, we've been working on a project to make things right. I'd like you to speak to my producer, Mr. Ruddy. Now, he's already got Spielberg involved. So you're going to have to come in hot on top, but...
Oh, is this where can I? Yeah, I'm eager. I'm ready. I need fresh material. Is this person around here?
Well, do you know where the YMCA is?
The one by the woods? Yeah.
Yeah, so behind there tomorrow noon.
Okay, sure. I can. I was supposed to have lunch with Kames Jammerin tomorrow, but I could cancel that if.
No, perfect. Bring lunch. Bring all the lunch. Yes, bring lunch.
bring lunch.
Yes.
So you're saying I should go get lunch and bring it to the Y?
And
Yeah.
bring Jammerin too.
Bring Jammerin? Do you think he'd be interested?
Does he? As long as he brings lunch too, yes.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Okay, so I need to go get Kim Jammerin, and both of us order lunch, and we bring it to the Y by the woods.
The woods behind the Y.
The woods behind the Y.
That
Not actually
was
at
the
the
confusion.
Y.
That was the confusion. I see. Yes,
It's the woods behind the Y. Okay.
the woods behind the Y.
I mean, if it's pure gold, you've got something worthwhile.
It's the greatest.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
mean,
greatest of all time.
Anything for the families. But you didn't. I don't think you said which family you represent.
The sixth from out of town were the Sporks.
There's a sixth family? I didn't know anything about sporks.
We like to keep it quiet. Don't tell anybody.
Are you taking part in the negotiations up on the third floor?
Yeah, of course. That's why we're here.
Do you know what they're doing up there?
Family business. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to. I know it's really none of my business. I know I owe a lot of money, and so you guys get to use my house whenever you want to have your family meetings to hash out your business. And I know this one was quite contentious, but nobody would tell me what they were meeting about.
Barry, don't worry. It's not about your tomatoes. All right.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means, but I like tomatoes. Do you want me to bring tomatoes tomorrow?
Yes, I was thinking
For
of rotten
lunch?
tomatoes, but yes, bring tomatoes for lunch. Lots of tomatoes.
Oh, okay.
lettuce, onion, salt, pepper. Yeah.
Salt, pepper. I should be writing this down.
All
Salt,
the cake.
pepper.
Okay.
Cake?
Yes,
Oh
cake.
my goodness. I'm going to have to bring some
I
assistance.
like stage whisper to you. I'm not there. Yeah, I'm off to the side, still just watching. Yeah. Okay.
So Barry is feverishly taking notes. Do you know how long they're planning to be upstairs in my private conference room? It's just, the party is kind of important tonight. I'm hoping to get investors for other projects, and everybody knows the 5 families are upstairs and they're kind of harshing the vibe, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, maybe we can go up there and speed things up for you.
Would you? I would appreciate it so much.
Yeah, one more stop at the buffet table, and then we'll go up.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Wow, I'm really excited about this. I will be there tomorrow with Kim Jamron, tomatoes, 2 full lunches. We'll make it happen.
Cake. Don't forget the cake.
And cake, yeah, obviously. Obviously, we'll get the cake.
I take a piece of salami and a piece of provolone, and I put it in his pocket.
Oh, this is a blessing from your people? I'm not familiar. Is that racist? I'm so sorry. I didn't.
I think it might be cultural appropriation. I'm not sure.
I'm so sorry. I will do better next time. I'll make an apology video for YouTube, and then
it's charcuterie. It's not antipasto, so it's okay.
Okay,
it's not
okay. I understand. Thank you so much. And I have other things I have to attend to, but we'll see you tomorrow.
Great. Cake.
Juckheimer runs off.
Oh, Bongo, you're a true friend.
Great party, guys. What's next?
Well, how close is it to midnight? I'm getting peckish, darling. Cake is really the only thing I live for.
Sure, it's getting pretty late. It's 11:30. I don't know how skilled ghosts are at reading clocks, but it feels like it's getting pretty late.
Yeah, so I will casually approach someone and ask the time, and see if I can figure out how much longer we have to wait.
Sure. The closest person to you there's a guy who's wearing coveralls, big thick beard. Because you're at this part, the stage is pretty close to one of the back fences where there's a guy who's working on the fence. And he's got a couple helpers there, and as you approach him, he looks at him and says, "Oh, hey there, how you doing? You having yourself a good time this evening?"
I am. How about you, good sir? I love the shape of your beard.
Oh, thank you. I saw this video about how it should be squared, and so I recently went into a place that got that done, and I feel like it really gives me that kind of Christopher Reeves jaw that I've always been looking for,
Christopher Reeves would wish to have a jaw like yours, good sir. Honestly.
Oh, you flatter me.
You're chiseled, darling. Chiseled.
Oh, thank you so much. You having a good time this evening?
Yes, I am. Well, you know how it is. Every now and then you need to pick me up. Am I right? And I heard there was going to be cake, and I was just wondering if you know approximately what time it is or when that's going to be served. I'd love to partake in the cake, if you get what I'm saying.
I think I do. If I'm picking up from context here, you're saying you need a pick-me-up, and you're talking about cake? Is that what I'm getting from you there? Because I do know a guy.
The smell of cake is quite exquisite, is it not? Truly. The icing and the sugar and it's beautiful. Yes. And I would, yes. Could you tell me?
I feel like we're diving too deep in these code words here. I'm not sure are we talking about cocaine or are you talking about actual cake? Because I'm not sure if the icing and the frosting of these other sorts of like special K or I don't know, what are we talking about here?
I'm sorry. I'm not familiar. What is cocaine?
Wow, I'm really confused now.
I'm just looking for cake. Honestly, okay. I just love some cake, and I was hoping you could tell me. Do you have the time?
Oh, it's about 11:45.
Great, excellent. How close is that to midnight?
Oh, that's about 15 minutes.
Oh, yes, of course. What silly me. I was so confused about cocaine that I forgot how to tell time. Thank you. Very good. Very good. Thank you, good sir. You enjoy your cocaine, and I'm going to just walk away.
Okay. The guy goes back to fixing the fence.
All right, so I go back to Ruddy and Bongo and I say, we've got ETA is 15 minutes. Yes, that's cake, not cocaine. In case anyone was wondering, does anyone here know what cocaine is? I'm really not sure. It sounds like maybe I want to try this.
Well, he said ketamine. I think he might be a veterinarian.
Oh well. Thank goodness he didn't identify me. I mean, I'm with fur like this, he could have really. And anyway, well, sounds to me then like we're safe, and we need to get cake as soon as possible. Yes, very soon.
Yeah, if the vet didn't recognize us, then we're golden. We're nailing these roles.
Yes, absolutely, as we knew we would.
That's why you're.
I feel wildly overconfident. Let's go.
Cool. So I'm going to approach. I don't actually know how long 15 minutes is, so I'm going to assume it's like now. And I'm going to start looking for cake, and like sniffing around for it.
You don't see any cake outside.
Cool. I'm going to go up to another person and ask about cake. See how long it's going to be.
Okay, you should go up to the next person, and this happens to be Jarlet Skohansen is standing nearby. She's just sort of standing near the edge of one of the tables, and she's got a very large Bowie knife. She's just picking dirt out from under her fingernails. She looks up and she's, "Hey, how you doing?"
Well, hello. Darling, I have to tell you, I am such a fan, and that knife is absolutely exquisite. What
Thank
do
you
do with that thing?
Stab.
Yeah, well, that seems like a thing you'd do with a knife. What?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, so I heard, hear me out. I feel like this knife would be fabulous for cutting cake. Am I right?
That is a good point. Yeah, you could cut cake with a knife. I never even thought about that.
Well, I'm happy to enlighten you, darling. And the thing is, I heard there was going to be cake in 15 minutes from 11:45. And do you happen to have the time and how many minutes are left until midnight? Because I would love some cake.
It is 11:52.
That would be okay. So are we close? That sounds really like we're getting somewhere.
Yes, yeah. 11:52 is 8 minutes to midnight.
That's less than 15. We are on a roll.
I
can only count to 60. I mean, anyway, listen. The point here is that knife would be excellent for cake. Would you like to get some cake with me?
Why don't we make a roll here? See if you can convince Jarlet Skohansen to take her giant Bowie knife to get some cake. I don't have any chaos dice, so this is a free roll.
Excellent. How charmed is she by me?
She seems reasonably charmed. That's a pretty good argument. So yeah, you can roll. You can roll 2 more.
Ooh.
Good. Looks like I need them. Okay.
That is 1 success. So she says, I think I heard that the cake is in the kitchen. I don't know if they're going to be bringing it out here or what, but I mean, you think they would have brought it out by now.
Right? You look like an adventurous woman. You think we should maybe go take a little side quest and get some cake?
Yeah, sure. I mean, maybe I should invite my husband, but last I saw he was off flirting with Swidney Seaney.
God, she has nothing on you. Besides, look at these beautiful men that I have with me this evening. This is Mr. Bongo, and this is Ruddy.
Hey, Bongo, Ruddy. Nice to meet you guys. Bongo, I really dig your Lorenzo Lamas vibe. Very early 90s. I like it.
Thank you. I love your knife and your ability to do math.
Thanks. I went to school where they taught me. That was the thing that I learned at school. The math, not so much the knife. That I had to learn on the mean streets of Los Angeles.
Both very impressive. I was a bit of a child star myself, so I didn't get much schooling.
Oh, were you? So, which 12-step program are you in?
You are good at math, huh?
Mm.
And cake. So I start walking in the direction of generally the kitchen.
So Jarlet Skohansen joins the three of you as you walk toward the kitchen. You go back inside the main part of the house where there's still the ice sculpture. It's melted, but there's a large puddle of water on the floor. Shimothy, Talame, and Swidney Senior are nowhere in sight. But as you make your way through into the kitchen, grand kitchen, everything stainless steel, you see there is a rotund man in white with a hat up, big handlebar mustache, and there's an enormous cake on the table. But you see he is standing in front of the cake with his hands out on either side, because near him, Shimothy Talame, Jolin Coast, Swidney Seni, and Pris Crine are all trying to get at the cake. And Pris Crine is naked, except for he is wearing a cashmere. What is Big Lebowski wear? What does the dude wear?
Robe, kimono.
Bathrobe?
Yeah, it's a kind of robe. You know what I'm talking
Kimono?
about. Not a kimono. I can't think of the word. I can't word right now.
I think the dude just wears a bathrobe. He wears like
I
a.
thought it was a bathrobe.
Sure. There's a specific word for it, but it's not important. I don't know why I'm fixated
Velour?
on it. Well, he's naked, except for that.
Okay.
Very drunk. He's got a bottle of whiskey in one hand. He's got a tall boy Sapporo in the other hand. He's just sort of stumbling around, and they're all trying to get at the cake. And Shimothy Talame is like, "Come on, Giuseppe, I just want to swipe my finger through it one time. Just give me a little." And the rotund man and the chef's outfit is like, "No, you cannot get at the cake. It's a for party guests only. If you get it swiping now, then it's not gonna look right when I take it outside. Please, you cannot. Don't get up in the cake, please. You're gonna get me fired, Mr. Druckheimer. He's gonna be so mad."
So we just saw Jarlet's husband there, yeah, with the woman that he was hitting on. Yeah, I'm gonna point that out.
Jolin Coast is there.
Like, didn't you say that's your husband there? Is that he looks like he's really interested in that other woman and getting her. What's going on there?
Swidney, she's the new it girl. Everybody wants her right now. Actresses like me, once you get up over 35, nobody cares about us anymore. She's the hot young thing. She's in everything. Everybody loves her. She did that Hot Wings show, and everybody's like, "Oh, Swidney, oh, you're so
Nonsense,
pretty,
darling.
talented."
Look at me. How old do you think I am? Okay, don't even bother answering that. The point is, I'm older than you, and I look fabulous, and you look fabulous. We are fabulous, and I think you should go over there and show that man who you are, how fabulous you are, and how sharp that knife is. Am I right?
Before you do that,
What?
Hot Wings? What is this about Hot Wings?
There's this internet show where they eat hot wings and blow their nose a lot.
Okay.
Pretty popular.
Internet. Yes.
Oh, yes. I know the internet is the thing. Okay, so go stab them.
Okay, I'm gonna go stab them.
Quarters, and I throw them at the other guys.
You're all so. Jarlet Skohansen is rushing over towards Swidney Seni with the knife out.
Oh man!
And I'm gonna throw a handful of quarters at Timothy.
And as a bighorn goat, Ruddy is particularly good at fighting, so I'm just gonna go ram which one of the Chris's did you say it was, or Prisses?
Pris Crine is the one who's nearly naked.
So I'm just gonna ram Pris
Crine.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a die roll. Let's everybody get in on this to see how this fight goes.
Took entirely too long. I've been waiting for you to gore someone all night.
I'm just waiting for the opportune moment to get in on this, using you two as a distraction and leap face first into this cake.
Okay, there's a lot of dice rolled.
Ignore that
was
first one. I rolled 1 by accident.
Gotcha. That's 1 success from Mr. Bongo, 3 successes from Ruddy, and 1 success. So that's a total of 5 successes. Yeah, I would say that the plan goes off without a hitch. Jarlath Johansson rushes across the kitchen with the knife out, stabs Whitney in the chest.
Oh, God.
Everyone freaks out. Giuseppe leaves the side of the cake. Nobody's looking at the cake. Everybody is looking at the young starlet who's been stabbed in the chest. What do you guys do?
I'm already in the cake at this point. I don't even see the stabbing. The second everything started to erupt, I was launching myself into the cake.
Beautiful. And Ruddy and Bongo, what are you two doing?
I'm continuing to headbutt people.
Yes.
So, Ruddy, you're just headbutting people at random? Just
Yeah, just frantically headbutting people. I'm really excited at this point.
Chris Crying is like, whoa, man. What are you doing, buddy? Stop. Somebody just got stabbed over here. Quit hitting me with your head. You're going to make me spill my Sapporo. Come on, man.
As this is happening, you know how when goats get excited, they frolic and they kick the front feet out and then they kick the back? I'm like frolicking in through the cake, like just all over it, launching cake into the air everywhere. There's icing, there's cake remnants. I'm covered in it. I'm eating it.
Flying everywhere.
Euphoria.
It's like a 3-stage cake, and it's now halfway done. You're down into the bottom. The largest layer is frosting. Bits of spongy cake are flying everywhere. A piece of icing hits Swidney Sini in the face as she's being held up, and people are trying to blot her wounds. Giuseppe's like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe this happened. This is the worst possible outcome. Can we not have one Berry Chocolate party without somebody getting stabbed?"
I ate the Sapporo can.
You smashed the Sapporo can out of Chris Crying's hand. Whoa, dude. Cool.
Noshing on it.
Hung. They start to carry Swidney out toward the front of the house. Pretty much everyone is gone there except for Chris Crying. He's just sort of standing there watching you eat his Sapporo can. He's like, whoa, you're really getting into it. Did that not hurt your teeth?
Hard eye contact, square pupils to his, just like mad dogging him.
Oh man, you're intense, dude. Are you Lorenzo Lamas?
It's Mr. Bongo Spork to you.
Oh, you reinvented yourself. I love that show you were on when you were like a biker. I was a kid when I watched it. I can't remember what it was called, but you were great, Mr. Lamas. I'm sorry. I don't mean, you can feel free to eat my Sapporo can. That's cool. I could get another one. There's like a whole cooler of them outside. It's cool.
Thanks, kid. And I throw him an apron.
Whoa, so cool. And then Chris Crying turns and wanders off.
I'm rolling in cake. Literally. This is the best moment of my entire life. This is what I was here for. This is why I got into film and acting in the first place, was to have access to cake. So I'm living it up here.
And I think with that, everyone has achieved their goals.
We're living our dreams. We didn't even go mess with the mafia guys.
No, I think we should, though.
Well, as you are starting to discuss how you've all achieved everything you set out to do this evening, you do hear a chorus of voices, or a choices of voices, appearing from up the stairs, traveling down the stairs. I told you we were going to have to do this. This is not the way to do it. If we're going to have this kind of problem, we're going to have words. And you see starting to come down the stairs. All 5 of the representatives of the 5 families, obviously Vinny to spoon, Tommy to fork, Carlotta to knife, Evelyn to chopstick, and Bob Jones. And all of their attendants and bodyguards coming downstairs as they're arguing back and forth with each other. And they stop in the living room in a large circle at the bottom of the stairs, vehemently arguing with each other.
Well, do you want to investigate? I'm hyped up on sugar and cake high. So let's I'm like, wow, what is all that arguing? This is I'm like, I'm licking some of the cake off myself. Like, this is just, there is nothing in this world to be unhappy about. We should bring them some cake.
Sounds like a good idea. And is there a knife in this kitchen somewhere?
Sure, there are knives everywhere.
Yeah, there is. I'm gonna put one between my teeth.
Okay.
I'm just ready for anything.
I'm going to stick my head in because I also have small horns and like get some of the cake to rest on my head like a hat.
Sure, absolutely. It looks exceptionally well with your frilly Victorian outfit as you don a cake hat, and you will start to make your way over toward the 5 families who are arguing in full view of everyone at the bottom of the staircase. As you get closer, you can see what they're really arguing about. You hear one of them say, "No, we came out here from New York to establish one thing. That is to make sure the proper wise guy accent flourished in California. And that has not happened." And another one says, Evelyn says, you guys think you know how wise guys are supposed to talk, but out here the accent's been getting more and more watered down every year. These wise guys are sounding like friggin' surfers out here, and it's not right. And they're just having this back and forth argument about the proper way to propagate the wise guy accent throughout California. Everyone has their own ideas, and everyone thinks the other 4 are doing it incorrectly. What do you all do?
Amateurs. How's Ruddy? How's your accent? Your wise guy accent.
Yes. So Ruddy steps up and says, I think you need to role model the whole thing, like in a film, like a film about wise guys.
Oh, wait a second. Who's this? That's Bob Jones turning around and looking at you. Who is this over here talking to us? Do I know you?
I'm Ruddy.
Okay. And who are you, Ruddy?
I'm the guy with the plan.
Was that right? What kind of plan you got, Ruddy?
I got the movie. It's the greatest movie, and it's full of wise guys. Once people see my movie, everybody's gonna be talking like a wise guy.
Is that so? And who are these Mr. Bongo Sport? Who are these other 2 with you? You got this Lorenzo Lamas looking guy and this lady in the fancy Victorian outfit with a cake hat.
Also covered in cake.
Covered in cake, which I appreciate a good love of the food there. You're going maybe a little bit too far.
No such thing, darling.
Is that so?
My leading lady never goes too far.
This your leading lady?
As a matter of fact, I am. Yes. I pose over and over again.
So, make it clear to me so as I understand. What exactly are you going to do to help us fix the wise guy accent problem in California?
Well, the movie, right? It's about family, like the family, like the greatest family, the greatest of all time. The greatest family. The Goat Father is the name of the movie.
Goat Father, huh? That's interesting. Who are your money people? Who you got interested?
Well, lots of people. I mean, people are fighting over this thing. We got a meeting tomorrow. Like, Bongo, give us the list. Who's coming tomorrow?
We got Bruckheimer. We got Peelberg. I think Shamron. We're having a lunch. Bring lunch. Do you know where the YMCA is?
Yeah, of course. The one by the woods, right?
Yeah, exactly. Woods out back. 12,
Right.
We could probably squeeze you in 12:30, 1 o'clock, as long as you bring cake.
You need cake. Seems like you already got plenty of cake.
I lean in and I go, there's no such thing as too much cake. I want more cake. You understand?
Well, listen, I appreciate, Ruddy, you got your actors leaning into the parts already. It seems like this has turned into some kind of audition or something here.
It's method. The method.
Yeah. I'm not too familiar with these Hollywood terms, method act and all of that sort of stuff. But I know that's a thing you guys do.
The method maketh the goat, darling.
Oh, I like that. That sounds real pretty. I like that. So say we show up tomorrow at 12:30 in the woods behind the YMCA with some cake. What's going to happen?
We show you the script. You guys got the money. We've got directors fighting to be the director. We got producers fighting to be the producer. It's the cream of the crop, rises to the top, right? Isn't that what they say?
That is a thing I've heard people say about cream and how it rises. I don't cook myself. I like to go out to eat a little, I always like to go out and get a little managot, little dabadoots, some spladuch. There's a place down at Van Nuys that I like quite a bit, but that's not important. We're not talking about that.
Oh, we should.
We could be.
That's absolutely right. Hey, Tommy the Fork, why don't you add that to the list of agenda items to discuss tomorrow in the woods behind the YMCA?
Mr. Jones. But Bobby,
Yeah.
if I may, tomorrow, leave the guns, bring some cannolis.
Very interesting. That's classy. That could be in a movie. I do like that. I myself don't watch movies, as I believe I may have already stated. Came out here to California for the Stabaduts. There's a place in Van Nuys, as I mentioned, that does it very well. Stabaduts and the Glingabupcha.
Strabadoots. I love Strabadoots. That sounds fabulous. You'll have to take me there.
To get the Stabaduts just right, you have to make sure the spinach is lean and frozen before you cook it. That's the secret.
Frozen.
At least that's what I said. What I've been told. Anyway, I feel like this has been a productive meeting. He turns to the other members of the five families and says, I am now feeling like I will not have to have you all killed, which I gotta admit was the original plan when I came here. But I think you might have these three lovely human beings to thank for everything, because it's the dawn of a new day.
You actually can call us Goatbusters. We're really more goat-like than anything else.
Is that a fact? I
Yeah.
never would have guessed.
Greatest of all time.
Yes, obviously.
Right.
Not
The
the
greatest.
animal. That would be crazy. Am I right? I like more of the icing off of my hoof.
Yeah, it's like one of those acronym things. We're totally human beings.
I appreciate you reinforcing that. I like it when people are who they say they are and they make a point to tell me.
Humanity.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I don't know, I'm feeling like this may be the beginning of a very lucrative, beautiful relationship. I don't know if you guys know, but DJ Khaled is spinning records in the back. He's going to do the one where he says, and another one. You know that? You guys know that one?
Naturally, of course.
Of course. Yeah, that's a good I like that one. So maybe we go out back. I noticed there's a big trail of blood here all across the floor. I don't know what that's all about, but it's really none of my business.
More method stuff.
Is that a fact? Huh? You Hollywood people, you really put your whole boots in it. You know what I'm saying?
And the caboots, yes.
And the caboose, yeah. So maybe we should go out back and listen to some music. And I heard they got a whole cooler of Sapporo back there.
Sounds wonderful. I linger at the back of the crowd as they walk so that I can frolic in the cake some more.
Excellent. Well, I have no idea how to end this session.
I think we have to dance. I think we have to dance. We have to go out back and dance to end the evening.
I think we should see if we can do it. Yeah.
That's the hardest thing on the difficulty check. So let's do it.
It is. Yeah. What is it? The hardest thing is to resist the lure of the buffet, which everyone wanted to eat, so you weren't trying to do that. But what is the DC for dancing?
You can choose to
10.
fit, I think is what it is.
Blend in with the slow dance is a 10. Okay, so these 3 goat people and the members of the 5 families and all their bodyguards make your way through the blood stain on the floor, Swidney Seeney's blood trail leading out the front door, the pool of water from the ice sculpture that exploded, out through the back where DJ Khaled is spinning a rag out there. The whole crowd is dancing. And let's do our final roll to see how well everyone gets involved in the dance.
I'm going to eat another Sapporo. Get some alcohol and aluminum in me.
I'm continuously just eating little bits of cake.
I feel like there's a lot of surface area on that tool. You probably have a good amount of icing going.
Yeah, every now and then now I'm just nibbling the tool and the cake. I like the texture, you know?
So with my
I guess I'll add to that.
With my experience headbutting, can I use eating skill to enhance my dance ability?
Yeah, you can mosh back out there. You can run into some fools.
Is there a dance floor that Ruddy might be standing on?
Yeah, I assume, Ruddy, you got a chain wallet, so you're safe out there. You can run into some fools on the dance floor. Boom! Boom!
All right, so that's 6. Is that what we're saying?
Sure, yeah.
Standing on the dance floor, headbutting. With all that.
Wow.
Just one success out of all that.
Wow.
So as you get on the back, start to dance around, the evening is shitting. It's past midnight now. Everyone is hammered. But you blend into the crowd well enough. There are some people who definitely are eyeing you and are almost positive that at least some of you are maybe goats, at least definitely not human, maybe some kind of cryptid, but it's late. Everybody's having a good time. People are trying not to think about Swidney Seeney being brutally stabbed to death by Jarlitsko Hansen. And, there are red and blue lights flashing out in the front as she's being carted away in handcuffs. You guys don't care about that. You're just having a good time dancing. Dancing the night away with the members of the California Mafia 5 families.
I think the lights add to the ambiance, personally.
Woo, 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 woo. Khaled hears the sirens and he slows down the tempo to match the sirens, so he makes it a part of his set.
Perfect.
Anybody have any anybody want to give us an epilogue for their character?
Sure. So for my character, having launched myself into the largest cake I've ever seen, and definitely feeling like I've established myself with this prominent family that will give me more access to cake, I frolic around on the dance floor, fully disregarding all need to stand on 2 legs, and I just dance my happy little heart out and eventually frolic right out into the backyard and off into the sunset or the sunrise as the sun starts to come up over all of these famous households and hills in Hollywood, and presumably in the future, this is a representation of all of my soon-to-be success and many more cakes to come.
Beautiful. Ruddy or Bongo?
I'm gonna find the veterinarian, and we're gonna end up back behind that restaurant in St. Ives, high out of our minds, eating gabagool out of a dumpster.
You really know how to party, Mr. Bongo. You're a good time.
Did I ever tell you about the time I was on Letterman?
No, but I wish you would.
Weird Petrix. It was my big break. Never topped it.
So the Goat Father not only gets made, but it's tremendously successful and gets nominated for 7 Oscars. Doesn't win a single one, but that leads to internet outrage. The goats are not recognized in Hollywood.
And now we know how to use the internet.
And then the next generation is born a few years later of goats, who the Goat Father becomes a cult classic. And everyone speaks like a wise guy as the kids take it up as their personal crusade to make sure that everyone in Los Angeles speaks properly. Goats, people, everybody.
I love it. Acceptance for
beautiful.
all.
What a beautiful story.
I thought there'd be more stabbings, but I'm deeply satisfied.
Well, I didn't know there was going to be any stabbings, so
We met in the middle.
I mean, you had her picking her nails with a knife. I felt like she was pretty stabby. Had to do something with that.
I don't know why that happened. It just came out, but that's what happens. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up. You guys stick around, but thank you for watching. If you were watching this all the way through, you're the real MVP. And you'll probably see us soon on a different channel. We'll let you know.